Hello, hello, hello. Guys, I'm here, right here. 1 second. Camera is foggy. Um, I don't know why is it foggy. 1 second. Always some boomer moments happening in the last minute. Oops, sorry. It was working just fine, but I moved and it's unable to focus on me right now. Let me just get it stabilized. Sorry, just 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. Yeah, now it's working. Okay, autofocus is fine. Fine, fine, fine. Okay, fixed. Okay, chat, what's up? I had such a rushed evening. You won't believe. Let me flip myself here because it looks a bit weird. I'll flip myself horizontally. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, so I went to gym today, which was after like a really, really long time. Because I had a neck injury, if you have been watching me. Um, and after like a week or so, finally I went to gym, so I'm feeling good. But that's why it was a very rushed evening. I had to just run from the gym, come home, shower. I have not had dinner. Very hungry. But anyways, that's not the point. The point of today's stream is that I wanted to do something interesting. By the way, do you prefer this or this? Which one is better? This one looks much nicer, right? This looks much nicer. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. Okay, so I wanted to see how my memory is. How good is it? And right now, the World Championship was going on. So I thought, why not to do a fun stream with testing my memory. So I asked Kasparov Chess, if we can do something with it, and they agreed to it. So my idea of today's stream is that I'm going to look at Kasparov's games. I don't know which games, okay? They have sent a file. It has some games. I don't know which games there are. And I have to watch that game in a certain time limit. You guys will tell me how much time limit I should take so that you can take part in it. And then I have to reconstruct that game as it is. Okay, and we can see how much time it'll take to reconstruct that. So are you guys excited, first of all? And you have to tell me how much time should I take to just watch that game. I'll watch it in front of you. I'll load it and watch it in front of you. So send me some suggestions, then I'll make a poll, and then you can tell me 20 seconds. How can I go through a game in 20 seconds? Okay. So there are some very nice people who are saying 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and whatnot. You guys are the real OGs. Uh, by the way, there is no music running, yeah, for some reason. Why is there no music? Let me try to fix that for you guys. I think this should be it. Is this now? Can you hear the music? Yeah, I think music must be there now. It's at least okay. So you can hear it while it's going on in the background so that you don't get bored of me. Okay. 1.5 minute, 10 minute, 3 minutes. Okay, first let me do a poll and ask you about the less than 3 minutes or more than 3 minutes. Okay, let me just do a quick poll. I forgot how to do a poll here. Okay. More than 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, so this is the first time we are doing it, so we have to figure out what is the right, timing which is required. Okay, those who are new, okay, I'm gonna watch a game of Kasparov from his, I think probably it should be World Championship. I don't know which game it is. The team of Kasparov Chess has sent me the games. I don't know, I have not seen it, but of course maybe I've seen it some time ago, but no idea unless I see the game. And I'll watch the game live in front of you with a certain time limit, and in that time limit I'll have to complete the game and then close everything and then reconstruct the game as it is from scratch. Okay, so you guys are either you trust me a lot or you want me to suffer. It's either of these things from what I see, because you guys have voted for less than 2. 57% is less than 2. Why do you do this to me? Why? Oh god. Oh no, I can just see, let me see if I can show you what you guys have done. Look at this, look at this. You guys have voted for less than 2. You don't trust me. No, I don't think you trust me. No, I don't think this is trust. I think I'll tell you what this is. This is, you want me to suffer on stream. Okay, I'll let it go, you still have chance to correct it. You can still do more than 2. Okay, you can still do more than 2, but you guys are not doing it, so it's 60% now less than 2, and I'll end the poll soon. Oh god. 1 minute 37 is perfect. For this I have something. Let me see. So this was for you guys voting me, giving me less than 2 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna end it. Okay, okay. Am I back? Okay, I am back, yeah? Or not? Am I back? Okay, sorry about that. My OBS crashed, chat. Sorry about that, really. Extremely sorry. My OBS is not able to handle so many scenes and this produce high production. It's not able to handle it. Very, very sorry about that. I think it calls for, yeah, OBS is really, the thing is there are so many things that I want to do with OBS and it's not allowing me. Sorry very much. I was not going for art of ending. Okay. My laptop is 5 years old. Okay, please bear with me. Okay. Now let's not waste any time. Now let's get right into it before OBS crashes again. So I'm right here in the scene, and I'm going to add the chat so I can read you guys while the stream is going on. Okay, so here I can read if required. Guys, did it lag again? No, right? Please don't tell me it's lagging. Please. Okay, so let's do first game. Let's do 2 minutes for the game and then I'll recreate. Okay? Yeah. Thank you. It's going great. Great stream so far. Great stream. Okay, I'm gonna put 2 minutes timer and I'm gonna start. Okay, sorry about the hiccups. The first game, let me just load it. I did get a file which has the games, so I'm gonna load that ASAP. Okay, I'm gonna click on load PGN. So I'm doing everything in front of you. There is no cheating. Okay, so the game is there. In this game, Kasparov is black and Karpov is white. The rest we'll figure out what happens in the game. So I'm gonna put a timer. Okay, I'm gonna reset and I'm gonna put 120 seconds. Why is it not getting reset? Okay, it's there. So I'm going to put 2 minutes, as you guys said, 0 0 0. Okay, so 2 minutes, there you go, right there in front of you. 2 minutes. Okay, it's right there. Should I start? All of you are ready? I'm very nervous. I don't know if I'll be able to remember. So this website is Kasparov Chess, who are asking. It's made by Kasparov himself, legendary world champion, and I think one of the greatest chess players. Okay, I'm nervous actually because I'm putting myself in some very deep trouble if I can't remember. It'll be very funny for you guys. Okay, I'm just reading the chat before I go live. Okay, let's go. 2 minutes. I'm here. Once I start the timer, I'll need few seconds buffer because I have to switch between a couple of the screens. So start. Okay, started. Okay, then knight off. No, it was e6. Okay, knight c6, knight b5, d6, c4, 7, knight c3, e6, knight a3, d5. So e6, knight b5, d6, c4, knight c3, e6, knight a3, d5, cd, ed, ed, knight b4, bishop e2, bishop e2, bishop c5, castle, bishop e2, bishop c5, castle, bishop f3, bishop f5, bishop g5, rook e8, bishop g5, rook e8, b5, rook d1, knight d3, 6. Okay, I'm very nervous. I don't know how much time is gone. Time has gone. Queen to f6. Queen to f6. a3, a5. Takes this. Queen a2. Queen to bishop g6. d6. g4. Okay. Okay, the timer rang. Okay, guys. I'm gonna request you to give me more time because I could not finish the game in 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna reset and I'm gonna start again. Okay, because I could not finish and I can't see how much time is left. So that is the reason for it. I can't see it. Please give me some time. And you could not see the timer either, huh? Wait. Why is it not working now? Crap. Why doesn't it show on the screen? Oh my god, too many things happening. I need a producer. Some bug apparently. Okay, let me just do it. Okay, it's there. Okay, it's there now. I'm going to reset. And now it's working. Okay, I'm going to start again. Start. And now it's working. Okay, I'm there. Okay. AB, Queen A2, Bishop G6, D6, G4, Queen D2, King G7, F3, Queen D6. Queen D6, FG4, Queen D4, King H1, Knight F6, Rook F4. Oh my god, this is tough, guys. 3, Knight F2, takes. Oof. Oh my god, what a game. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick review because I will run out of time. So I'm gonna go again. Takes C4, Knight C3, A6, Knight 3, D5, takes, Knight D4, Bishop E2, Bishop C5, passing, Bishop F3, Bishop F1, Bishop G5, Rook E8, Bishop G5, Rook E8, Queen D2, B5, Queen D2, B5, Queen D2, B5, Rook D1, 93, H1, H6, Bishop H5, B4, G3, G5, takes, G3, 97, G2, F6, A3, A5, takes, Queen F2, Bishop G6, D6, G4, Queen D2, King G7, F3, A6, takes, Rook F4, 94, takes. Okay, let me see if I have some time. I have 25 seconds. I can do a quick review again. Okay, I have 25 seconds. But. Let's do a review. I have 25 seconds. Bishop F5. Opening moves are the hardest to remember, I feel. This is going to be the biggest challenge. 5 takes, G3. Okay. I have run out of time. I accept. Okay. Finally, it's done. I'm gonna come in OBS. First, I'm going to take a breather. For a second. I'm going to clear this board. Is everything working fine? Okay, it's working fine, yeah? The stream is working fine, okay. Okay, cool. So, I would need 2 minutes for 8 moves. Okay. Let me clear the board and let's see if I can reconstruct. First, I'm going to do a fun poll so that you can diss me. I'm going to do a fun poll on the stream, which is going to be, will reconstruct the entire game okay, I have asked I have made a poll. Let me know if you think I can reconstruct the game. Most of you will say no, I know that. Okay, I should not forget, yeah, because I am taking so much time doing polls and all. In that meantime, I might forget it. That would be weird. Okay, so I'm going to put a stopwatch now, so and then see how much time it takes for me to reconstruct it in its entirety. Okay. How many of you say 69% of you say yes, 32% of you, 31% of you say no. It's changing. Okay, so you guys have trust in me. Good to know. Okay, let's go. Let me reconstruct it. I'm gonna end the poll while it's yes. I'm going to refresh so that the game is gone, and then I'll start from scratch. Okay, there is no game. Do you want the notation? I'm going to put a notation just for you guys, so that at least you will you will be able to see you will be able to see the notation, and I won't be. Okay, so you guys see the notation here, so you will know if I'm going wrong. It's Karpov versus Kasparov, game 16, match 1985. Cool. Okay, let's go. I'll put the timer stopwatch. Let me load the stream on the side so I can read your messages and know how much I'm getting trolled. So I have the stream on my phone. Okay, cool. It's here. I have the chat messages so I can read you. Cool. I'm going to start. It was flipboard. So it was e4. Karpov played e4. It was c5, knight f3, e6. Usually Kasparov always used to play knight off, but he played the e6 move. d4, takes, knight c6. And usually the main line is knight c3 here, but Karpov played knight b5. I'm just looking at the chat to see if nothing is wrong. Okay, cool. Nothing is wrong. d6. d6 to stop knight from coming to here. So c4. Now knight f6 was played. Knight 1 to c3. a6. Knight a3. And now d5 was played by Gary. This is a very revolutionary move because people always played bishop e7, and I know that this move is not good. Gary himself had said that in his book, I think. Takes ed, knight to b4, bishop to e2, and now bishop to c5. If I remember correctly, bishop e3 is the correct move, because if you take queen a4, but Karpov played castle. Okay, till now I remember. Now I'm confused if bishop g5 was played or bishop f3 was played first. Already I don't remember. I think bishop f3 was played. I think bishop f3 and then bishop came to f5. Okay, bishop to f3. Bishop to f5. So that the knight, if the knight comes here, bishop d3 would attack the knight and the rook. And now bishop to g5 was played. Oh my god, I don't remember the opening moves exact order. I don't remember the exact order. Was b5 played here? Oh no. So far I'm correct. Okay, so far I'm correct. Bishop g5. Did he play b5? Or rook c8 came later? But there was this move, rook e8 was played at some point. Oh god, so confusing. So confusing. I think b5 is the move. I think b5 was played, then queen d2, knight to d3, then rook a d1, if I'm not wrong. Okay, this is, let me see. I think was it b5. Moderators, if I make any mistake, please message me on WhatsApp so I will know that I've made a mistake, okay? Or was it rook e8 here? I think rook e8. I think rook e8. I'm gonna go with rook e8. And then queen to d2. Queen to d2. Queen to d2. Queen to d2. Maybe now knight to d3 because the rook should not be allowed to e1. Or was it b5 move? What I'll do is, whenever I'm confused, I will try to think in the position and try to play the move, because otherwise it's very hard to reconstruct it as it is. I'm going to go with b5. Yeah, I'm going to go with b5. Hopefully it's right. And then he played rook a to d1. I feel so far I'm correct. I'm just going to look at the chat. Let me know if I'm correct. Okay, so far I'm correct. Cool. And now, after rook d1, was it knight d3 or was it bishop d6 or h6? Because somewhere the h6 was played, somewhere knight d3 was also played. I think knight d3, bishop d6 is stupid. No. It's knight d3 here. It's definitely knight d3. And then knight goes to b1 because b4 is a threat. So knight goes here. And now b4 attacking the knight on c3. The knight comes to a4. Bishop comes to d6. And I feel b3 was played. b3 was played because he wants to get the knight to b2. Then h6. Bishop to h4. Oh wait. Have I gone wrong? Because bishop f4. Because bishop f4 is winning here. No. Wait. Something is gone wrong. Because if b4, knight a4, bishop d6, then this bishop was hanging. It feels like I'm giving an exam. Knight d3, knight b1. If I play h6 here, then the bishop goes to h4. Of course, Kasparov never played g5. He played bishop d6 or b4 first, right? Knight a4 and now bishop d6. There is a threat of bishop f4. So white played bishop to g3. Right? He played bishop to g3 to stop this. And now black played rook c8. Yes, not g5. But rook came to c8 to cover this square. Then white played b3. And then g5 was played. Bishop takes d6. Queen takes d6. Now g3 to have the square for a bishop. Then I think knight d7 was the move. Knight d7. So that this knight b2 can be met with queen f6. Bishop to g2. Queen to f6. Queen to f6. I think a3. a5. Takes. Now some weird move like queen to a2 was played. Like that was really a weird move. And now bishop came to g6. Or was it g4? Was it g4 or was it bishop g6 here? Let me promote this. I think so far I'm correct. I'm just going to promote this if I can. I don't know if I can promote it. Okay. So was it g4 or bishop g6? I'm just looking at the chat to see if everything is right so far. From the chat, I don't see anybody saying that it's wrong. Okay, cool. Cool. Queen a2. So g4 or bishop g6? G4 or bishop g6? I feel it's bishop g6. I feel it's bishop g6 because I remember specifically that g4 was played later on. And I believe now Karpov played the move d6. I believe he played the move d6. And then g4 was played. Right? Oh god. Am I right so far? 28 moves in. Okay, so far 28 moves in. How does the game blast open after this? This is an amazing test for me so far. Okay, I see a message from Kasparov Chess that it's correct so far. Good, good, cool. And g4. Look at the pieces. They can't even move. Like, what can possibly done with white? Like, I'm trying, but I can't find moves for white. It's kind of a very sad position. Look at this knight on d3. Was it rook d2 move to bring knight to b2? It looks ugly, but that could be the move because I can't find something for white. Or did he go king h1? King h1 is weird. I think rook d2. Rook d2. Idea is knight to b2. Somehow the position gets opened up. Like f3, fg4 happens at some point. I'm trying to remember how. How does it happen? How does it happen? How does it happen? 28 moves. How does it happen? Oh god. White's position is so bad that I'm unable to come up with moves for white. That's my problem. But at some point he loses a queen. Let me reconstruct in my brain. Okay. I think so. I have reconstructed the entire game in my head right now. So queen d2, attacking this pawn. That's why I play king to g7. Then f3 to bring the rook in the game. Then I take queen d6. I take this pawn. Then he captures. Then I give a check. King goes to h1. And then knight to f6. Because I remember knight comes to e4. Rook f4. I cannot capture the rook because the queen is hanging. Then I play knight to e4. Queen takes d3. Knight f2. Rook f2. Bishop d3. Rook d2. Now queen e3 because this is pinned. Now rook takes d3. I go rook c1. This is a pin. Knight to b2. Knight to b2. To defend it. No, not knight to b2. No, not knight to b2. I think bishop f3 is the move. No, wait. What is white's move here? It has to be knight to b2, I feel. It's knight to b2. If he plays rook d1, then rook d1. What is the finish? I think there are only two moves left. Two more moves. But I can't. They think it's queen f2. Wow, such a brilliant move. Look at this. Because rook captures, there is rook e1. And then he plays bishop f1 or something like this in the game, if I remember correctly. Yeah, does he play bishop f1? Oh no, he plays knight d2, I feel. And then rook e1 and resigns. I think this is the game. Knight d2, rook e1 is resigns. Is this correct? I'm looking at the chat. Give me a confirmation if this is correct. Okay, awesome. It's correct. Yo, I'm gonna open the OBS so now I can finally read your guys' messages. Ooh, it was exactly. Oh, rook d1, knight d1, and then rook e1. Okay, so one more move was there. After knight d2, he captures, and then rook e1. It's of course checkmate. GG. GG. Last move was wrong. Oh, but it was so much fun to reconstruct it. How much time did I take to reconstruct it? I took 14 minutes and 33 seconds. Cool. 14 minutes and 33 seconds. Not bad. And 4 moves of repetition. 4 moves of repetition. Cool. Guys, did you enjoy this? First of all, because I personally enjoyed it a lot. I felt it was very interesting for me to go through this process. And we have couple of games as well. More, but I want to just relax for a while, little bit. We can actually look at Kasparov's explanation of this game now that we have reconstructed it. It would be very nice. Aditya, I get your message now. It will be nice to know Kasparov's views on this, because it was played in a world championship match. Can you believe what an epic game to play like this, to dominate Karpov? Yeah, he's a world champion. This is in a world championship match such a game was played. Such a beautiful game. The knight on d3 was like a killer. Okay, let's see if I can find Gary's, like if there's a video on this, on Gary's masterclass here. Kasparov Chess, if you could please help me with the number, it would be great. If there is a video on the website on this game, I'm going to go on kasparovchess.com. And I'm going to go on masterclass. I can download all the games, okay. It has to be the World Championship match. Has to be the World Championship match. 5 matches, I think here it has to be there. Wait, let me see which one. 5 matches. I think it has to be octopus, yeah, because the knight on d3 was octopus. Cool. Let me see if I'm loading this correctly.
Game 16 of our second match, October 15th, 1995. Scores even. And Karpov is having white pieces, and he's definitely in a very aggressive mood. He wants to take a lead. So.
Can you hear me? It's this. You can hear me, of course. You can hear me. Sadly, but can you see the stream clearly? Is my question. Cool. Cool. You can hear it clearly. Cool. Got it. Awesome. 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 I'm gonna just play it.
So
Let's hear from
he's
the
not
legend.
comfortable that we are entering the last third of the match, so the 24 games, that was game 16, without him being in charge. So I guess after winning 2 games in a row, game 4 and 5, and taking an early lead, he thought that he could finish.
The music is still running. Sorry, I did not know that. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna reload this. Just gonna reload it.
To take a lead. So he is not comfortable that we are entering the last third of the match, so the 24 games, that was game 16, without him being in charge. So I guess after winning 2 games in a row, game 4 and 5, and taking an early lead, he thought that he could finish me off, but he couldn't, and I won game 11. Okay, I have to admit it was Karpov's blunder, but he was under heavy pressure by just trying to win and failing of doing it. And though we had many draws, but these draws were very different from the first match. Those were fighting draws, and I think that in many games, in actually most of the games, I had an initiative. So I have no doubt that Karpov would try to do his best in game 16. But I also had something in my sleeve, and I was also in aggressive mood. So e4, that's what Karpov did in most of the games in our second match. c5, knight f3. I played e6, d4 with. That's the line that Karpov liked. So that because it could limit Black's aggressive options. It looks a bit ugly that the knight has go there, but White has these 2 pawns, e4 and c4, and they.
I want to go to the critical position because watching the entire.
I played it in game 14, game 12. Sorry, game 12. Game 14 was Karpov actually was doing something else. So game 12 of the match. So that's the Karpov couldn't find anything in that game. So and it's the game was.
I want to see.
It's not.
I want to see the moment where I was stuck. So the moment where I was stuck was a bit ahead. Let me see the moment where I was stuck for quite a bit of time.
No real compensation. So
yeah.
White has a central pawn.
I think here bishop f5.
Why did Black give up a pawn at all? But that's what I had in mind. So I already saw a position where I could, at one point, play b5, cut this knight, put my bishop here. Just this is the square for the knight where it could paralyze White's position. You can say, oh, it's just fantasy. You're dreaming. Yes, I was dreaming, but sometimes dreams come true.
Sometimes I was dreaming, but dreams do come true. Nice. And I remember when I was replaying b5, bishop f5, all these moves are played, but I could not remember in which order.
In this game. So I played bishop f5, and I remember I was just getting very, very excited. And Karpov looked also quite happy because he had a pawn, and he didn't see me the threat. And so we just developed the bishop. So I played rook e8 just to make sure that I control this square.
That's why rook e8 was played, to control the e4 square. Okay, this was the moment where I was stuck. Okay.
Chance to cut my potential battery on this diagonal. So was bishop would protect the knight. The knight cannot come here because bishop d3. That's important.
This is what
so
I saw.
Just have time, just to play b5. And now this knight is cut. It cannot go here anymore. So the only square is there, and that's where it belongs. Rook d1. This extra pawn is protected 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Potentially it could move forward, and except this knight, the rest of white pieces, they are developed.
It's so interesting the position which Gary got from the opening with black pieces to get so much initiative. And his opening ideas were so good, yeah, back then, like way ahead of the time. Um, and it was one of his biggest strengths. And to just outplay a player like Karpov, it's just
Maybe rook on
incredible.
f1 is just, but it's eventually it could go to e1.
I think here I was stuck, yeah, for some point. I had to play knight d3. Yeah.
And it's quite instructive to see what happens in the next few moves, how white pieces just being pushed, because there was dynamic in the position, hidden dynamic that Karpov didn't feel. And that's why I think, I was very proud about the game. So that's because even Karpov couldn't actually see what's coming. And it all started with knight d3. So now this knight appears on this dominant square. I can tell you that the squares d3, e3, e6, d6 respectively, they're very dominant squares, and I always believe that knight on one of these squares, especially protected by a pawn or a bishop, or backed by the rook behind it. So this knight is worth an exchange because it paralyzes opponent's rooks that could not take squares e1, c1, so the squares that could bring them to open files. And also from one of these squares, it could attack, so very vital.
There is a question which said, till what time, till what point it was Gary's preparation? I think it was, he mentioned, yeah, that he saw this idea that the knight comes to d3, bishops are there, there's a lot of initiative. I think he stopped after a certain point, if I remember correctly. Like he saw that this knight on d3 is very good, and then just evaluated it that on his intuition that it's very good for him.
Weaknesses in opponent's camp. It doesn't happen often that you can bring the knight that's in the center of enemy's camp, and not surprisingly, Grandmaster Raymond Kim called this knight an octopus because it could.
Because it can influence on
influence the game in so many.
Nice. Yeah, it's a world championship
so
game.
now
Game
before is the
16.
threat, so white knight has to retreat, and it's time to start pushing opponent's pieces. h6, bishop goes on h4, b4, knight a4, bishop d6.
It looks very good for black.
So now
Because the
d3,
knight on b1,
potentially
look at
bishop
this
f4,
knight on
threat,
b1.
bishop d3,
So bad.
rook c8. So all our pieces are in the game. And
By the way, this is one thing which I noticed. Gary always brought all his pieces in the attack. So if you see this move rook c8, like first he's bringing all his pieces, then he started pushing his pawns. That is very instructive. So also in the book of Jakob Agard, he had mentioned the first principle of attacking chess is to bring all your pieces in the game and then start thinking about attacking. Very important.
Karpov played b3. Somehow I reached this position in my opening preparation.
Oh,
Not that-
wow. This was opening preparation till move 21. Oh my God. It was opening preparation until move 21. Insane. I cannot believe this. Wow.
we played move by move, but I thought I would be doing fine. So, and I was right. So of course it's great position for black. But now it's time to actually to find something that could transfer all these advantages that we accumulated. And look, so this is white pieces are they are not well coordinated, and also this queen and two rooks they're paralyzed.
I think also we can learn a lot from how he evaluated the position. He looks at the pieces and he got this intuition feeling, of course, that it's good, but also his evaluation that he's not calculating concrete lines always that this will happen, that will happen, but he looks more like an overview. The rooks cannot move, the d1, f1, knight on b1 is badly placed. So as a chess player who you are learning, you can learn how to evaluate the position. very key to look at all the pieces and make a general evaluation.
And I was proud with the move I found here, because sometimes, when you have everything developed, so you should start looking for, for a new resource. And what is a new resource in this position? This pawn.
Do you remember? Do you remember? We reconstructed the game, but still, do you remember the move here? If you remember, chat, let me know what is the move in this position. What was it? I paused a little bit too late, so you already have a hint. But look, after bringing all the pieces, he just increased by bringing new resource, and that is, yeah, great. Shubham, Abhishek, exactly. Sayam. That's what he played g5.
Because white, white bishop here, it's fairly passive, but it protects the pawn and also protects squares. So playing g5, so just creating the threat or just pushing it forward. So I, brought an extra resource. So Karpov exchanged the bishops and played g3. Now just trying to make sure the bishop can go there. And
Now
again,
he
he wants to play knight b2. This is what he needs. He needs one move just to eliminate this knight, to push
The
it.
thing is, I want to stop the video and go with my analysis, but this is so instructive that I don't want to stop. Initially I thought I'll just watch a few seconds of it, but I want to really see how Gary thought about this position, because even I feel I can learn, So I'm gonna watch the remaining 5 minutes of the video. It's very instructive.
It's black probably still will be fine, but it's just if he plays knight b2, the game would be different. But I just found very strong idea. So here, that's now if he goes knight b2, then there's a move queen f6, and after take on this queen
Double
d3,
attack.
knight e5. And believe it or not, but now white queen is trapped.
Oh,
There's nowhere to go.
oh, queen is trapped on d3, because if it goes to e file, knight f3 check. Wow. Queen is trapped in the center of the board. Epic. So beautiful. Such a beautiful game.
So to avoid that, Karpov played bishop g2. But now, after queen f6, I took the square under control. And it's quite amazing that having almost all the pieces on the board, you have queen, 2 rooks, bishop, couple of knights.
Manan, no, this was not in prep. Preparation was until move 21.
White has almost no moves. It's total paralysis. And Karpov realized that he had to do something now just to not to die from the lack of oxygen. So a3, but of course we play a5, a b, big deal. So the pawns disappear, but this knight doesn't move. So Karpov played queen a2.
Such a sad move.
Again, maybe trying to bring pieces in, but so we so bishop g6.
Bishop
Play
g6.
bishop g6 here. That's knight d2 to play rook e2 and just attack the pawn.
That's why he played bishop
So,
g6. Every move has an
Out of
idea.
desperation, Karpov played d6 here. Now he wants to give up this pawn, but he needs some time just to develop the pieces, to bring one knight in the game or another knight in the game. But I can ignore the pawn. So I play g4.
Such a beautiful game.
I don't have to hurry. So it's white still has no move. King queen d2, king g7.
Yeah, I was stuck here.
So,
Queen d2 move.
f3.
And now I remembered the rest of the game.
Now game is open, but and white rook is playing, but it's too late because now I can take this pawn, and
I think the rest was relatively easier compared
look
to
at
the
this, at
previous
this
part.
domination. Look at black pieces dominating completely, and look at white pieces, and the desperate attempts to change something. They just
All the pieces are in the game. So cool.
created
Very nice.
no difference. So it's the 94. Karpov had to take here, and then after knight f2.
Okay. The rest
Rook
of the
takes
game
f2.
is.
So white, black,
Rest of the game we know.
won.
He won the queen, and then it was mate, which we saw. So I'm going to go for my second attempt. Okay. Of course, I'm going to go for my second attempt. The first attempt I was able to reconstruct. It maybe took some time, but I'm going to go for the second game. Let's see how much I can remember of this. Okay, chat, get ready. I hope you enjoyed this session so far. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna decrease this little bit so that the chat is visible. I'm gonna increase my webcam. Cool, cool. Messages are visible. Cool. Samay raid? Is it Samay raid? Thank you, Samay, for the raid. If it's a real raid, I didn't know Samay was streaming. Thank you. I think you had a crypto stream or what? Because everybody's saying DAO raid, DAO raid. So I guess it was a crypto stream. Okay, cool. Second game. Let's. Somebody's saying now put 5 minutes. 4 minutes was good enough, right, chat? Last time we did 4 minutes. So let's see if I can do it again. Zero zero four 0 0. Okay, let me reset it. 0 0 4 0 0. Okay, 4 minutes. I'm going to try again. Uh, Let me have the timer here ready, which you can see in the OBS. I literally have 25 streams open, 25 tabs open. So confusing. Okay, timer is there. I'm gonna load the second game. Oh, this game apparently is of 42 moves. I'm gonna load PGN right in front of you. For some reason it's not loading. Wait a second. I'm gonna load PGN again. Let me try. Okay, it loaded. The second game is from the final game of 1985 match. It was the game that ultimately earned Gary the title of world champion after having played 72 games against Karpov in 84 and 85. Okay, so this is the last game of the world championship match. Ready, brace yourselves. This is the time to go through the game, and then later on I will try to reconstruct it. So it starts, the game time starts now. Okay, e4, c5, knight f3, d6, carries black again. So this time it's a knight off, a6, bishop to e2, e6, castle, bishop e7. So e6, castle, bishop e7, f4, castle, king h1. I guess we're not, if queen c7, a4, knight to c6, bishop to e3, rook e8, bishop f3, rook b8, queen d2, bishop to d7, knight b3, b6, g4. I guess now bishop c8. Yeah, g5, knight d7, queen f2, bishop f8, bishop g2, bishop b7, rook d1, g6, bishop c1, c8, 3, e4, rook h3, bishop g7, bishop e3, rook e7, king g1, rook e8, rook d1, f5. King g1 is such a strange move. King1, f5, takes. Rook g3. Oh, rook f7. Takes, queen b8. Bishop 3. Knight h5. g4, knight h6. g5, takes. Knight g4. Queen d2, takes. Knight c2. Queen b6. Bishop a8. Rook d6. Rook b7. d6. Okay. The rest of the game doesn't seem so relevant. Queen a7, king h1, takes, knight d4. Okay, let me see if I have some time. I'll just quickly review. Okay. Takes, bishop to e6, castle bishop is f4, castle bishop e, king h1, king c7, a4. Bishop e3. Opening part is the toughest to remember because there are so many moves possible. Knight c6, bishop e3, rook e8, bishop f3, rook b8, queen d2, bishop d7, knight b3, b6, g4, bishop c8, g5, knight d7, queen f2, bishop f8, bishop g2, bishop g7, rook d1, g6, bishop c1, rook c8. Oh god, such tricky little moves. Rook d3, knight b4, rook h3, bishop g7. I think the rest of the game I should be able to remember. g3, rook d7, d1. Oh no, this is not easy. Not as easy as it looks. Okay, takes. Knight c2, queen b6, rook b8, rook d6, rook b7. Okay. Google, fine. There it is. Now it's time to test myself. Cool. Timer is done. 4 minutes are done. Let's refresh and then we can start again. So in 4 minutes, I had to revise the game as much as I could. And now I have to reconstruct. Let me see if I can load the notation for you guys. Just 1 second. I'll bring my tab so I can read your messages. Okay, cool. The thing is, guys, I'm streaming from my home, so I don't have a second monitor. Maybe that's why the timer froze a little bit. Okay, I'm just updating so that I can see the stream. Okay, cool. Now I can see the chat here beautifully. Perfect. Gonna put it here. Thank you, Prathamesh, for taking the membership. Notation chessbiz. So this was from the last game. I have to change the new game. Cool, got it. Delete all commentary. Cool. I think you can see the notation on the right. I will not be able to see it, but you guys will be able to see it. And I'm going to put the stopwatch to see how much time does it take for me to redo it. And I'm gonna start now. Let's go. Okay, there we are. So it was e4. First move easy, Karpov. c5, knight f3, d6. It was knight off variation. Takes. Knight f6, knight c3, a6. Bishop to e2, e6. Castle, bishop e7. f4, castle, king h1, queen c7, a4, knight c6, bishop e3, rook e8, Bishop f3, rook b8. I'll just look at the chat to see if I've not messed up the opening. Have I messed up the opening? So far, moderators or Kasparov chess, please, if you could let me know, it would be great. Chess, please, if you could let me know. Okay, so far correct. Cool. Some people are writing messed up. अरे यार, मैं सोच रहा हूँ इसमें भी ट्रोल करना है आपको. Okay, knight f3, rook b8. Queen d2. I think queen d2. Was bishop f8 played here or bishop d7 was played here? I think bishop d7 was played here. Bishop d7, knight b3, b6, g4, bishop comes back. No, wait, there was some queen f2 move somewhere. Where was this queen f2 move? Bishop d7, knight b3, b6, g4, bishop c8. I think g5, knight d7. So far, am I right? Okay, so far I am right. g5, knight d7. Now, does he play rook d1, queen f2 or bishop g2? I can't remember the order of these moves. But these moves were played, but order yaad nahi aa raha hai. I think here he played some queen f2 move. At some point, like I was like, what? Queen f2? That does not make any sense. Okay, you guys are saying correct. Cool. I think he played queen f2. But what is this move, queen f2? To me, it doesn't add up. And then maybe bishop came to f8 so that this rook was open. And now, did he play rook d1 or bishop g2? Rook d1 or bishop g2? This also I am not able to remember the order. I think bishop g2 first, maybe. Bishop g2. Okay, g6 or bishop b7? G6 or bishop b7? Now it gets tricky, guys. Now it gets tricky. Okay. Bishop g2. I think it was bishop b7. Rook d1. G6. Bishop c1. Bishop g7. No, bishop g7 comes later. Bishop. Oh, some rook c8 was played. Rook c8, I think. Yeah, some weird move, rook c8. Yeah. Some rook c8 was weird move here. Okay, am I right? Am I right so far? Rook d3. Knight went to b4. Rook went to h3. Then I played Kasparov played bishop g7. So that if the queen comes here, the knight could come back to f8. Now what did white do? Somewhere he plays. White played very strange, in this game. I think bishop e3 was played. Or rook d1. I remember black's moves, but I don't remember white's moves. That's the problem. If anybody could play with white, I can play with black. Because I was so focused on Kasparov's moves, I did not think of what Karpov played. Rook h3, bishop g7. I think some king g1 was very strange. I remember saying it when I was recollecting. So king g1. But was it here, king g1? Or was it rook d1 first? Very tough to remember. Very tough to remember. I'm gonna go with king g1. Or was it bishop e3? Or am I mixing everything? Literally. I need to come up with some new memory hack, you know. I remember rook d1, king g1, and bishop e3, but I don't remember the order of it. I remember black's moves, bishop e3, rook e7, and now I think rook d1 or king g1 was played, one of these moves. I'm gonna go with king g1 because it makes more sense that he wants to play f5. And then I'm gonna play rook c e8 because this, I remember this idea when I first saw it, it blew my mind that the rooks just double and it looks stupid, but it's preparing against the threat of f5 so that it can always capture and put pressure on the e file. And now it was some rook d1 move, or it was some knight d4. Am I right so far? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Rook d1 or knight d4, rook d1 or knight d4. Yeah, so far right. Okay, cool. I think rook d1. I'm gonna go with rook d1, and then f5 captures knight f6, and then knight is coming to some g4, but this b6 pawn is hanging, so that's why I'm a little bit confused. Because isn't this pawn just hanging here? Rook to g3, and now rook to f7 was played to get this into the pin. No, I don't think rook d1 is the move. No, I don't think rook d1 is the move. It's not rook d1. It's not rook d1. But wait. D1 takes rook g3, rook f7. How does it happen after this? Does he just capture this pawn? Bishop b6, queen b8, and bishop e3. Ah, wait. This is it. Now knight h5, rook g4, knight f6. The rook is attacked, and now Karpov could play rook g3 and make a draw in the game, but that would lose him the match. He had to win in order to hold the title. That's why rook h4, g5. Now he takes knight g4, attacking the queen. The rook opens up. Queen to g3, knight e3, queen e3, knight c2. Queen is attacked. Queen comes to b6, bishop a8. Now there is pressure, but Karpov blunders with rook d6 because he missed that suddenly the rook can come to b7 and he loses a piece. Rook b7, queen a6, rook b3, rook e6, rook b2, queen c4. He tries to put it in the pin, and Kasparov was not afraid. He takes it, or first he gives a check. No, I think he takes. Queen takes, king h8, e5, queen. No. He does not take. No. He does not take. He moves king to h8, e5. Then he gives a check. King goes to h1. Bishop g2, king g2, and then knight d4, attacking the rook on e6, and it's game over. I think I'm right. I think this is the final position, right? This is the final position which made Garry Kasparov the world champion in the first time. I think he was one of the youngest, 21. At the age of 21, he became world champion. Okay. Yes, it is right. Awesome. Happy to have reconstructed the entire game. The middle game is the toughest part to remember. Very interesting. Um, काहे का बादाम खाते हो आप? No, I don't eat badam. It's just 33 queen d2. Rest is correct, Mohit. Okay, got it. So in this position, after knight g4, instead of queen g3, queen d2, but Yeah, it's one and the same because after captures it's here. Thank you, Mohit, for that. Um, so any questions about the game, guys? Thank you for your messages regarding the memory. I was very hungry. I did not have dinner, so I thought I'll eat some moose, which I did not. So I'm glad about that. Knight at 6 when? When knight to at 6? Let's not talk about Dubov controversy right now. Maybe we can talk about it some other time. बादाम क्या होता है? It's बादाम दो. अरे, it's the same. Okay, let's watch Gary's views on this. Um, I'll quickly load that. I'm happy that I can remember. Maybe the next attempt could be to watch the game in 2 minutes somehow and then reconstruct it. But it's actually a good way of training for yourself as well. Let's say you are watching a game, put it on the training mode, don't, or like if you're reading from a book, cover the notation and then try to guess the moves. This way you will learn a lot, really, trust me. You will really learn a lot this way. And I used to do that in my childhood. I used to hide it and try to guess what Gary Kasparov must have played or what Anand must have played, and it really helped me. Okay, I'm going to see if what a beautiful game, by the way. Can we just appreciate uh, Gary Kasparov and Karpov, both of them, for creating such amazing games in a world championship? Like, I think without that world championship, the chess world would have been a different place. Uh, Really, I have so much respect for all the world champions, the legends of the game. Uh, which was this? Octopus earning the crown. I guess this has to be the game, earning the crown, if I'm not wrong. Let's see.
Game 24. The last game of our second match. Actually, it was not game 24, but rather game 72, if you take into account the 48 games we played in our first Moscow match. I think it was difficult to separate them, but for technical reasons, so just to count score, it was game 24, and I had to survive, and Karpov had to win to
Yes.
retain the title.
So the thing is, one very interesting thing is, Gary Kasparov had to make a draw to retain the title, and Karpov had to win in order to, Gary Kasparov had to draw to win the championship, and Karpov just had to make a draw. So imagine this is the situation, okay? And in this situation, Kasparov played the Naidov variation in the Sicilian. It's such a double-edged opening, right? But I remember he said that it is one of his strengths, to play dynamic positions, whereas Karpov was much better in solid positional lines. And even in such a crucial game where only draw is required, he went for the most complicated line. I remember reading about this in childhood and I was very impressed, at least because for me it was a learning. I think he'll speak about it maybe.
Score, it was game 24, and I had to survive, and Karpov had to win to retain the title. November 9, 1985 in Moscow, and night before I had two calls from two former world champions, from my great teacher, Mikhail Botvinnik, and from a man who temporarily took his title in 1960, Mikhail Tal, who was also a big moral supporter. Botvinnik was very strict, and his rough voice, hoarse voice, told me, Gary, no matter what happens in the last game, so you proved that this match had to be organized, you proved worthy of playing for the title, so it's, you should, remember you already sort of completed this task, but I hope that you can do, okay, that's something like that. So
Guys, can we just appreciate for a second that we get to watch Gary Kasparov's thoughts about his World Championship match? I mean, isn't it like epic? Where can we actually, like, let's say if you take a sport like football, yeah, it's like Ronaldo having a master class and telling you about what he did in his career, you know, it's incredible.
that the way between it spoke, so I knew that what all I could expect from him, but still it was a little bit chilly as a message because Botvinnik also wanted just to have some kind of a backup, so just to make sure that if things go wrong, so I would be reassured that it's not the end of the world. So Tal message was straightforward, simple, and no backup options. Gary, tomorrow is my birthday, and I expect you to give me a nice gift. So
That's such a epic way of, two personalities. There is Botvinnik, who is a teacher, who is very analytical, who is also very emotionally connected. And he's like, okay, it doesn't matter what you do in the last moment. It's fine, you have already proved that you're great. You made this match happen. And then there is Tal, who is like, there's my birthday tomorrow. I need that gift. Uh, and there is Samay, who right before I went to the game told me, "Bye, today you will do triple O, like you will lose 3 games in a row." So there are different personalities in the world.
I knew it. There were several games played in the World Championship matches before, when the last game was a decider, and it had to be won to preserve the title. Never happened. So nobody ever won the last game, whether it was a champion who needed to win to retain the title, or a challenger that needed to win to take the title. But the fact that it's never happened before was of very little comfort, because my matches with Karpov, I said matches, so that's already had it was a second match. All the games we played, it was so unusual. So we broke all the records by playing number of games in the first match in Moscow and the number of days. We had already so many conflicts to build around these matches. So it was all new.
Actually, has anybody won on demand in a World Championship match? I think what I remember is Carlsen lost to Karyakin, and then he won game. So it was 12-game match. So he won game 10. He won game 10 on demand with white against Karyakin. Then Karyakin drew the next game, and in the last round, Carlsen made a draw. I think this is the closest I remember. But if it's the last game and somebody has to win to get the championship, I don't remember it has happened in World Championship. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. If anybody has won the last game, Anand did win against Topalov. Yes, that is true. That is true. 2012. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Yeah, Granth, you're right. Winning the 12th would be on demand. Yes, indeed. Cool.
We were on new territory, so that's territory that was not mapped, untested waters, and anything happens first time. So I knew that I was not immune.
Yeah, in Sofia, 2010.
We spent hours preparing for the game.
Can you imagine how much pressure it is that tomorrow is the game? If you win, it's going to be like, if you win or make a draw, you're going to be world champion for the first time. And if you lose, you lose all the effort which you have made, once in a lifetime opportunity to become world champion. I can't imagine the amount of pressure the team and Kasparov himself must have felt at that point. It's unbelievable. Like, I think one just has to experience it to know how it is.
So Karpov switched in the last two games of our match to d4, and I felt a bit uncomfortable because I didn't want to play slightly inferior position, knowing that just every mistake could lead to a disaster. So I wanted not an early crisis, but I just wanted something that could make me feel comfortable. So we actually worked out a Grunfeld defense. So that's something I wanted to play against Karpov in 84 match. So it's never happened. But in game 24, I thought that playing a new opening would work. Actually, that's what I heard both from Tal and Botvinnik. So it's always nice to take off.
Granth, you make a good point. Anand versus Topalov isn't on demand. On demand is like for you're losing, but it was a drawn match and then Anand won, right? Yeah, it's not on demand. You're right. Absolutely. On demand is when you're trailing and you have to win.
Your opponent of the balance. So that's why I was intensely working on new Grunfeld lines. So analyzing this, that. So it's, for me, it would be new, but for Karpov, it would be definitely something that he didn't expect. But when I appeared on the stage, Karpov played e4. And while, I needed a little bit of time to actually shift my mind from, these d4 Grunfeld lines back to Sicilian, I felt relieved because that's something that I liked, something I knew, something I understood. And while I recognized Karpov's plan, because for him it was all in, and I knew it would be a massive storm, it would be an attack, so Karpov would not be taking second thoughts.
Oh, Arjun had messaged in the chat that Kramnik won on demand against Peter Liko in 2002. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. He did win on demand. Thank you so much, Arjun. Very well spotted.
By pushing all the pieces forward, I still knew that it would lead to positions that were more of Kasparov style than Karpov, and I was right. So I played c5, of course. So no reason to avoid Sicilian, the main lines, because it was the decisive game of the match. It was, at the time, the most important game I ever played. And when you do play important games, or the most important games, you have to stick to what you know the best.
This is such a pearl of wisdom. When you play the most important games, or an important game, you should stick to what you know the best. Guys, if you are trying to improve your chess, just write this down in your notes. Imprint it in your head. Very important.
And what did I know better than Scheveningen, Sicilian Scheveningen? Knight f3, d6. So everything.
Okay, let's move forward. It's a long video.
Now you can see Queen h4 as a threat.
So I want to just show you the explanation of Rook e7 because I was very impressed when I first saw it.
It took time for me to understand, so that's my only move here would be Rook c4, because if I take here, then Queen h4, and that on the game. He could move Bishop e3. It was so typical. So why to rush? Or you can just bring an extra piece to the game. And now, by the way, we reached the position that I mentioned, became theoretical. Because I had to think about it, so what to do? So Bishop d4 is a threat. So what can I do? So how can I defend? Is it so bad? And then I just, realized, yeah, but white has one threat. Bishop d4, and I cannot, after e5, I cannot take with a pawn because my pawn on f7 is hanging. So what should I do? I should defend the pawn. How do I defend the pawn? With the rook. And what's the right square to defend the rook? Is play rook e7.
Wow, it's a prophylactic
This
move.
move looks ugly, but as I said, it became, the
Oh, this is a fantastic point by Kasparov. Gary did it 2 years later in 1987 match. He had to win on demand with White. Yes, yes, absolutely. Wow, he himself came in the situation next World Championship and he managed to pull it off, which Karpov could not. Epic. By the way, this Rookie 7, look at this move. I just want to show this move.
main defensive resource for black.
Incredible.
So Rook e7. But this is something about ugly moves. Yeah, rooks do not belong to these squares because they are limited in their movement. The black pawns are just standing on its way. But this is not about being active. This is about defending against opponent's threat. And if this move limits White's options and kills the main threat,
Prabodh, I'll answer it.
That's a
ASAP.
good move. I remember that when I made this move, and I would say probably this decisive move 23, so one of the best moves in my life, maybe the best move of my life because
Ooh, I did not know that this is Kasparov's favorite move of his life, Rookie 7. It's very beautiful.
that's led me to win the most important game of my life. And Karpov came back, and we played so many games, so I already could feel him. He definitely could look at my face and also read it. He didn't like it. Just somehow he sensed that he missed the moment. Oh,
What a gem.
position is still very complicated. White still had plenty of chances. And you ask the computer will tell you White still is doing great. But it's not about computer, it's about the last game of our match. And Karpov immediately sensed that he missed the moment to push through. So now he had to come up with a plan. So F5 is
Guys, I'm gonna leave you at a cliffhanger. It's a long video, but if you do want to watch it, it is available on Kasparov Chess website. The entire masterclass. I think there are 52 videos or something like this. It's epic. You can check it out. It would be pity to play everything on stream because there's not so much time as well. But really, isn't it epic that we get to hear from Kasparov about the game which made him world champion? What a world we are living in. What a world we are living in. Epic. Just going to I don't think we have time to do one more game. So I am going to answer some of the questions which you had. Just let me set up the stream. One second. Okay. So did I miss some messages? Okay, so these are the messages here, right here. Cool. So Prabodh Ji is asking, sorry interrupting you here, but want to know more on when you started and how was initial few years of learning chess, if you still remember. Of course I remember. How can I forget it? Of course I remember. I'm just going to change the screen to this. So I remember that when I was growing up, I'll tell you some story of Kasparov. So we did not have so much resources. I am in Nasik, of course, yeah. I have not faced Gary, guys. It's one of the regrets. I could not play Gary Kasparov. He retired when I got my rating, so it was very tough. But I've played in backend. But that story is for some other time, not now. But I did manage to play Gary Kasparov some training games. Anyways, so I was, I think, around 7 or 8 years old, and my cousin apparently had a book of Gary Kasparov versus Karpov, and it was in Russian though. Can you imagine a book of Kasparov versus Karpov, the games in Nasik, and that too in Russian? So what I used to do, I did not understand Russian, of course, but I could read the moves. And so I used to go to his house, and the cousin used to show me the games, and he gifted me that book. I still have that Russian book at my home. Um, but I remember I was so obsessed with chess when I was young with chess. I used to like a sponge absorb this information. Uh, any game, any book you give me, I used to like just like a sponge, just take it inside and grasp all the knowledge. That was epic. So, and he was my idol in all my childhood stories, interviews. If you see, if anybody asked who is my idol, it was Gary Kasparov, because he was world number one for 15 years. What a domination he was, and his games. Yeah, when you see such games, they look so impressive. So this was it. I started chess when I was 7 years of age. Um, and Prabodh, I hope I've answered your question. Um, how was the initial few years of learning chess? So I remember I was struggling until I reached the age of 11. I had not won any major tournaments. I had won some state level events, but I was struggling to win events which were national level. And my parents were very confused if I should really continue or not, but they were fully supportive. So they took me to various coaches, and I went to Nagpur once, and I got coaching from Anup Deshmukh sir. He's an international master, and he has done a lot for many of Indian players. For example, Abhijit Gupta, who won World Junior Championship, was coached by him. And I went and I took coaching from him before a tournament, and that was the breakthrough for me. I won the under 11 national championship, and that was like the biggest breakthrough I could have imagined in 2005. Then I won under 13 national championship twice. I won under 15 national championship. Then I stopped playing national championship because I didn't want to play age group tournaments. I wanted to play tournaments which were like encouraging me to play stronger players. And then I won like I think 4 times Asian silver medal. And one of the biggest breakthroughs was to win World Under 14 Championship. I tried 3 times, I could not, but I think the fourth time was the charm. And in 2008 in Vietnam, I won World Under 14 Championship. So, Prabodh, I hope that answers your question. Oh, there's one more super chat by Prabodh. My daughter is 3.5, been learning chess for about 6 months, can solve mate in one and few pin puzzles, hence asking for how her few years looks like. Okay. So what you should do is get a good coach, that will make the biggest difference, I would say. And if she is naturally interested in the game, and she's just 3.5, she's just 3.5. That is such a young age. There is plenty of time. I started when I was 6.5 or 7. Of course, the younger the better. I think Carlsen started when he was 5 years old. So it's very good that you have started early. But I feel now it's just way too early. I think maybe 1 or 2 years after this, after 5, I think it would be nice to pick up. But good coach is important. And then once you reach age 7, 8, playing tournaments is important to get that exposure. I remember the first tournament I played, under 9 national championship. I went there and I was so confident. I was 2 pieces up in a position and I was just playing. Yeah, I just like, I'll win this game, no problem. I was so confident, but I did not realize why is my opponent not resigning. Like I was actually angry. Come on, dude. I'm like 2 pieces up. Just resign. And I was so overconfident. I played, and the game ended in stalemate. I'll never forget that game. I'll never forget that game. And I came rank 63 in my first national championship. So it takes a long, long time to reach, but that exposure is important. And solid foundation. Because I'll tell you one more story. There is an Indian grandmaster called Ronak Sadhwani. He came to my house, I think, when he was very young. I think 7 or 8 years old or something like this. And he was rated. He was not rated, but he was very, very talented. I could just see it. His tactics were very good. I remember that. And you can just see in some players, um, and now he's 2650 grandmaster at the age of 16. So um, his parents also supported him a lot, made took him to various tournaments. um, I think it should help you, Prabodh. It's such a long journey, but you have a lot of time, so that's one thing which is in your favor. Okay, chat, we have to end the stream soon. um, did you enjoy the stream? Let me just interact with you guys for a while, um, and then I'll end the stream. This is something which new, which I wanted to try, the memory thing. If you don't know, I tried to reconstruct two games of Kasparov, and then we learned from him. Any suggestions? Oh, Prabodh, thank you again for the super chat. You're being too kind. And all the best for the future. Fingers crossed. If anything is required, always here. Thank you so much. Yes, I will be playing TT tomorrow. So before I go, I just want to give a big thank you to Kasparov Chess. I am their brand ambassador, and I can wholeheartedly recommend, this website to you guys. Let me just show it. So you can go to the website, and this website is for someone who wants to improve their chess. Why am I saying that? Because first of all, you can go in the learn section. There are 57 episodes of Gary Kasparov which we are watching. Then you can do puzzles over here on the screen. I hope you can see the entire screen. Yeah, I think you can see it. Then I have recorded, I think, 138 or something lessons. Yeah, here you can see elevate your game with GM lessons. Let me see, view all. Just let me show you. So if you go to trainer Vidit Gujrathi, you can see lessons recorded by me, and this is for all levels. This level is from like beginner, casual, club, league, tournament, advanced, expert, master. So for every level, I have recorded like very small clips. Yeah, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then you can practice it right in the website. So big shout out to Kasparov Chess. They have many brand ambassadors. I am lucky to be one of them. There is Anish Giri, there is Sopiko, Tanya, um, uh, I think Simon Williams also, I think, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Simon Williams. And of course, legendary Gary Kasparov's masterclass is there. You can check it out. Go to kasparovchess.com. And there is also documentary if you're interested in that. If you go to watch section, there are documentaries on MVL. So there was a camera crew which followed MVL to tournament. So you can see exactly what happens behind the scenes. And yeah, you can even play as well. Okay. So I would have loved to do one more game, but there is not enough time. So I'll just interact with you guys just before ending the stream. And then I'll end. This is my third stream of the day. um, there was one super chat about Black Lotus, I think. I know you're bound by sponsorship, but how good is Black Lotus? Objectively, I need some help to get me focused in my profession. Um, it's not like about sponsorship for me. I wholeheartedly believe in Black Lotus. I'll show you how much I use it every single day, literally every single day. I hope I don't get a pop-up or anything. I genuinely believe in it. So here you can see in the camera, hopefully. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, 357 days. So it's 357 day streak. I'm just like 7 days left for 1 year of meditation. I use it every single day, and I think you should try it. You try it for 2 weeks, you will see the results. and your focus will improve by huge margin. Okay. Any questions, guys? We can just chill for the last 10 minutes before I leave. And then tomorrow I'll do a stream. Please play with fans someday. You should subscribe to Kasparov Chess on Twitch. I'm going to do a stream with them where I play with subscribers. So if you want to play, do that. Uh, are you playing World Rapid and Blitz? Yes, guys, I am playing World Rapid and Blitz. It's happening very soon. It's in Poland. Those who don't know, it's from 25 December to 31st December. I was very confused if I should play or not because the tournament changed at the last minute. And it was very, very tough to get, all these tickets, visas, very, very expensive um, tickets, unbelievably expensive. And so many Asians are not able to play World Rapid and Blitz because they don't have visa. And in such short time, it's not possible to get visa. So it's such a pity, but I think a lot of Europeans will be playing there. Uh, your setup details, mouse, headphone, keyboard. Saridi Salem, if you want that, I can add it in the description at some point. But if I add it, people think that I'm promoting it. So that's why I don't do it. I'm using the headphones which I got with my laptop actually. These are not like uh, separately bought. They're nice though. Rooting for VD in World. First, please root that the World Championship happens. I don't know with Omicron and all what is going on. I really hope that it happens. And then I don't have to stay in quarantine or something. Thank you for your nice messages, guys, which I'm reading in the chat. Thank you so much. I can't answer everyone, but I'm reading them. All right. Um, oh, Atanu, thank you for joining from Darjeeling. It's a beautiful place. Do enjoy it. सब अच्छा ही होगा Medha. Thank you so much. Those who don't know Medha, she also has a very cute fan page on Instagram. Do check it out. Um, and thank you so much for all the memes and sweet messages there. Long time no vlog. Yes, a vlog is coming. It's ready, but I'm not getting time to look at the edit. That's my problem. I'm not even getting any time to do that. One video on what you use iPad for, sure. Good suggestion. Deepan, welcome to the club. Welcome to the membership. What is my preparation for Tata Steel? I'll prepare in January. Right now, I have to prepare for World Rapid and Blitz. Next stream when tomorrow? Tomorrow evening, I'm going to be doing a stream. Thank you, Shiv Shom. A very nice message. Couldn't join in today, but your and Kasparov Chess collabs are always awesome. Shout out to Kasparov Chess once again. Will you be doing good morning streams? Maybe if I get up early. Yes. So subscribe to the channel, if you want a stream like that. How good is your memory, please? Chris, watch the stream to know that. Prepared something for you, Tata Steel? I don't get that question. Yeah, I'll be playing TT. Ritesh, thank you for using Black Lotus. I'm sure it'll make a big difference. There are a lot of chess questions. I've answered some of it in the stream, and usually I do as well. Can a 15-year-old become GM if he starts at the age of 15? Hardik, I think that's very tough if you start that late. It's better to always start early. If you start by the age of 7, 8, I think that's the age that's the max. Like, you have very good chances if you start that early. Thank you, Anjani. Thank you for your message. No, I'm not going to be awake for the whole night. By the way, guys, I have not had food, so I'm really hungry. I hope it's okay if I go and eat dinner. Very hungry right now. Let's do a raid. for that, I want a suggestion. Is anybody live right now? Who is live? We can do a nice raid and end the stream. No, stay hungry. So Suhani is there. We can do a raid. Let's do a raid. Once again, big thank you to Kasparov Chess for selecting the games, curating it. That was very, very nice of you to do it. Thank you so much. Check it out, guys, if you're serious about improving. And let's do a raid.
क्या जोड़ी बनाए कि यार टीजी आ रहे हैं तो किसको साथ, हमने 3-4 बार जोड़ियां चेंज करी है ये पेयरिंग बनाने के लिए, एंड आई एम रियली लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू दिस कि कैसे होता है. बट टीजी लेट मी गिव यू अ हेड्स अप, ठीक है. मिथपैट है ना, तीसरी बार आ रहा है हमारे शो पे, ये हर 3 सीजन में रहा है, ठीक है. अब पिछले 2 सीजन्स में और इनफैक्ट इसके अलावा जितनी भी मैंने इसके साथ दूसरी ब्रांड स्ट्रीम्स या गेमिंग करी है ना,
गाइस अभी ये बोलने वाले हैं कि मैंने चीटिंग किया पिछले 2 सीजन में, और
शुरू करने से पहले आरोप लग रहा है यार, ये तो
हाँ
गलत बात है.
एग्जैक्टली, लाइक तुम लोग बताओ मैंने कभी चीटिंग किया है क्या? लाइक ऐसे फोन पे जाके लिंक्डइन पे सर्च करना चीटिंग नहीं होता.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं यार, बिल्कुल.
Suhani has done such an amazing job with That's My Job. It's on season 3. It's amazing. It's really cool.
It's been this time, yeah, but this time I'm going to do better cheating. देखते हैं अभी.
मैं देखना चाहती कि
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining in and raiding Suhani. If you have not subscribed to her channel, subscribe to her channel, like the video, and it's a very, very enjoyable stream. You're not going to regret watching the stream. So that's it for me today. Bye bye. Ciao. Good night. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much once again, every single one who joined in. Thank you so much.
Small, watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight